Hello there people, welcome again to Cricket Merchant. In the first video for GM education, well, as you can see, we've got a whole ton of GM bats that are here for sale, and we have a ton of other stuff as well, but GM bats is the purpose of this video right now. So in the first video we showed you the difference between the grades of bat. This time we're going to show you the difference in the style of bat. So all these bats here, we've got 12 bats here. They're all GM bats, and they're all 808. Now the 808 just indicates this is a grade 2 willow bat. So that's what we've chosen here to show you for the purposes of demonstrating the differences between these style of bats. Just for the record, all these bats, if you were to come online, buy them, come to Cricket Merchant, they're all the same price. Whichever one of these you pick, all the same price. Alright, the reason for the differences in the style of bats comes down to the, I guess, the design of the bat, where the sweet spot lies predominantly. That's the main focus of these. So if you come to the end here, this is the GM Eclipse 808, as we said. And can you see the profile here? Maybe I can come a little bit closer to get me out of the shot in Wayne there. Yeah, you'll see where the main, I guess, hump of the bat, the meat of the bat, is a little bit higher up on the blade here. So for the GM Eclipse and also for the Diamond, check out the profile. Is that in there? See that? Good. The meat of the bat is fairly high up in the bat. It has a high sweet spot. So let's just get the mallet test out. And you can hear as we go down, up and down the bat, right about here is the best sound of the bat. That's the sweet spot on the bat. As we turn it over, you'll see that's where the meat of the bat is. Put that over here. If we go, and we're here from, with these bats, highest to lowest. So as we go down the end here, the Siren, let's pull that out without whacking anything. If you look at the profile there, the meat of the bat's a little bit lower down on the blade. So let's do the tap test. And you'll see the meat of the bat, the sweet spot's right about there. So it's a good 3 or 4 inches lower on the bat, on these bats, down this end, as they are on this bat. Now what's the reason for that? Well, a lot of that's going to come down to where you're playing your cricket. If you have a bouncier pitch, where whatever shots you're playing, more likely to be playing up higher on the bat, you probably want a sweet spot a little bit higher on the bat. If you're playing on, whoops, don't step on bats by the way. If you're playing on a low pitch, such as the 5th day at the old SCG where it was a spinner's paradise and the ball's not bouncing very much, or perhaps some of those pitches in Jamaica back in the 90s where the ball just scooted along the ground, you probably want to be using a bat with a lower sweet spot because you're more likely to be hitting the ball lower on the bat. So that's the difference. So if you are a complete cricketer, you might want to consider picking yourself up a couple of bats. You might want one with a higher sweet spot and one with a lower sweet spot. So on the day of a game, or perhaps if you're playing a 4-day game, 3-day game, the first day the ball might be bouncing differently than it is from the pitch than it is on the second day. So you can make the determination. But that's basically the differences between these style of bats. It's not so much how fancy they look, although they all look very nice. GM bats are wonderful. But again, it comes down to where you are more likely to be hitting the ball on the bat. Lower sweet spot up to the highest sweet spot. Again, all these bats are the same grade. They're all 808. And they're all fine bats. All these bats are the same price. It really comes down to when you are playing cricket, where you play your cricket in the world, where the pitches that you're likely to bat on, that's what you might be looking at when you come in to make a determination on one of these bats.